Guys, welcome to Game 3 between Nilsi and Crane. Nilsi doing Nilsi things. I like saying that for some reason. And able to take Game 2 with Proxy 2-Gate. Sometimes I feel like Crane is a great player, but he defeats himself on occasion. Didn't need to go down the ramp. Also, I feel like a Forge with a cannon on the high ground and he would have won. Or just sticking back and playing from there. Or even just, I don't know. Nilsi starting in the upper left-hand corner as the pink Protoss. Bottom right-hand corner we have Crane. As the yellow Protoss, this is going to be on Tau Cross. This is another, and like I was saying, I believe yesterday in those casts, I believe this is a series of maps that just speeds up PvP. Because no high ground advantage on this map either. This is a 3-player map. And I think that might favor Nilsi to once again be up to some sort of shenanigans. One thing with having so many different build orders in your book, though, is it keeps your opponents on your toes, and you can always just end around, force them into more conservative play, and then just straight up play normal, and end up with an advantage as a result. Crane going to go ahead and plop down his first gateway. Nilsi building his gateway above his assimilator, straight up in his base. And Crane sending out that probe scout. Let's see if he goes clockwise or counterclockwise. Looks like he is, in fact, going to go counterclockwise. And unfortunately come across Nilsi's base late. Which is not what you want against a player like Nilsi. Crane setting up for his own 2-gate this match. Perhaps feeling frustrated from last match. Perhaps realizing I'm actually going to credit it more that it's strong on this map. Because you got that gap there. This big open space here. No ramp. Wide open natural expansion. Assimilator up for Nilsi. Plopping down the cybernetics core. He is not building a zealot before cybernetics core. He's also scouting clockwise, so he's going to come across Crane's base and see this 2-gate fairly late. Second gateway warping in. Second pylon in that back edge. We'll need to keep it on this probe if it manages to get inside Crane's base and attack that pylon. First zealot on the way, but 2 zealots in production for Crane. Is he going to stick with the 3 zealot pressure and follow up tech from there, or is he just going to dedicate to this? That's the next question. Wandering through, zealot trying to engage that probe, failing to do so. An initial Dragoon being produced before Dragoon range. And 2 zealots there currently trying to blockade the front and now giving it up. 3 Dragoons making their way towards Nilsi's base. That probe could be the differential here. It does need to back out now that this Dragoon is going to be along the way. Shield battery being produced for Nilsi to try to defend this. Crane loses his probe to the zealot amidst the mineral line. And that is 5 zealots being produced. It looks like a pause on production there with a cybernetics core and a assimilator to follow. So it's going to be 5 zealots. The Dragoon moving forward to try to engage and get that spot of damage. Doing a pretty good job of staying out of range and getting the shields peeled off initially. 2 probes trying to blockade this. Is Crane going to wait for his additional zealots? No, grouping up. The Dragoon trying to distract these zealots back to allow another Dragoon to be produced. Nice micro thus far on Nilsi's part, which you would expect from a player of his type. The additional zealots moving in, now able to get on top of that. But shield batteries immediately replenishing the shield. The zealots grouping up and actually just running by, going for the mineral line. Ending back around, pinning at least one of the Dragoons in the corner, but I think that's going to end up in a zealot death for Crane. Yeah, 1 zealot down, still 4 zealots alive. Recharging on that shield battery once again, and I feel like Crane, the way he's microing this, is playing right into Nilsi's favor. Yes, 2 probes down. Now actually in the mineral line. Has lost 2 of his zealots, though, and really hasn't been able to take out a whole lot, honestly, I think, in comparison. And 1 zealot remains. And he's basically even in the overall probe count. Even in the overall probe count, but 3 Dragoons and a zealot down. I think Nilsi has a considerable advantage at this stage. We'll see how he follows this up. 3 gateways now for Crane. Are we going to see 3-gate Robo, or is he just going to move out? Dragoon range should be there much more rapidly for Nilsi, which means he's going to be able to get some pot shots at Dragoons comparatively. And that is going to be 3 Dragoons and a Zealot able to press against probably 4 Dragoons, but they're going to have range comparatively. At the very least, that's going to deny the natural expansion, which gives Nilsi's options. Nilsi looks like he's going to go 2-gate Robo to follow this up. 4 Dragoons now in the front. Again, Nilsi can still do some free damage, but he's got to micro this very carefully. And at the very least, he can deny that natural expansion. Still looking for Crane to drop a Robo, just knowing Nilsi's style of play. Nilsi actually canceling his Robo and dropping a 3rd gateway. Perhaps realizing he does have that range advantage, might want to press it. Unfortunately for him, this is going to be Crane getting the jump on him. That's 6 Dragoons. We got about 30 seconds before range kicks in. I think that's that random Korean message to telling us to get off the server in the middle of the cast. Actually, I have someone who can translate it here in chat. Let you guys know the odd message overall. Again, I thought they took care of that. My first time seeing it. It's in the cast. It's part of history now. 4 gateways for Nilsi. So Nilsi actually going to follow this up, basically going all in. Crane potentially in a bit of trouble. He is going to have, so range finishing now, he is going to have a moment where, because of Nilsi's positioning, he might, with some micro, be able to even this troop count up. But in a minute or so... Oh, you don't know Chinese. That's right. This isn't Korean. I forgot that it was a Chinese message, not a Korean message. I should know by the kanji. Take it back. Isn't that weird? I thought they had taken care of it. Regardless. Entertainment. Side entertainment for the cast. Dragoons plopping down. Additional Dragoons peeling forward. Nilsi doing kind of a split attack. I don't know if he's going to just try to end around with those Dragoons, or he's just going to pincer the rest of these units in, realizing that he is in a 4-gate situation. Looks like he's just going to opt to take those Dragoons to cut off reinforcements, relying on the fact that he does have 4 gateways and a shield battery here at his main. Crane diving in, but honestly, this is a trap. With some micros, still might be able to finish this out. The reinforcements killing a Dragoon across there is... I think Nilsi's going to have to bring those Dragoons back, and needed those 4 Dragoons to provide this defense. And with this pylon going down, at least one of these gateways, I believe, is going to become unpowered. Crane just out-microing Nilsi at this stage and getting better engagement location. So that gateway unpowered. 2 gateways unpowered. Nilsi having to GG. Wow, Nilsi had an advantage, but actually splitting off those Dragoons, I think, cost him that match. Otherwise, I think he would have won it. So, Chinese messages telling us to... I don't know if this is a different message or not, notwithstanding. Moving those goons out ended up costing Nilsi that match. Nilsi has now been eliminated. Crane will end up facing Dreamer in the final match, which is... I think I'm gonna cast that first match. Because I'm still feeling good. And that's Danger Town for Dreamer. I don't think Crane's the guy you wanted to see come out of this. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.